Hello, little listeners, and welcome to Moral Stories for Kids. Are you ready for a wonderful tale? Today, we'll learn a very important lesson in our story, The Crow and the Pitcher. The moral of our story is a wise one. Necessity is the mother of invention. Let's begin. It was the middle of a long, hot summer. The sun blazed high in the sky, making the air shimmer and dance above the golden fields. A thirsty crow soared through the hazy air, his wings beating slowly. He had been flying for hours, searching everywhere for just a single drop of water to drink. He looked down at the dusty roads and the dry, cracked earth, but there was no water to be found. His wings felt as heavy as lead, and a dry, scratchy feeling filled his throat. "Oh, for just a little water," he cawed weakly to himself. He was so tired he thought he might just have to give up. But then, just as he was about to lose all hope, his sharp eyes spotted something below. At last, he saw an old clay pitcher standing by a garden wall. A little flutter of hope returned to his heart. Could it be? Could there be water inside? He swooped down, landed gracefully beside it, and peered inside. Yes, he could see water, but it was only a little, shimmering far, far down at the very bottom of the tall pitcher. Just a sip would save me, thought the crow, his thirst suddenly feeling even stronger. But how can I reach it? First, he tried tipping the pitcher over. He pushed with his shoulder and nudged with his head, but it was too heavy. It would not budge. Then, he tried reaching his long beak down into the narrow neck. But no matter how he stretched, his beak couldn't get close to the water. He felt a wave of despair. Was the water so close, yet impossible to get? The clever crow didn't give up. He paced in circles on the warm stones, thinking. There had to be a way. He looked at the pitcher, then at the sky, then back at the pitcher. And that's when he noticed them. All around the base of the wall were small, smooth pebbles, warmed by the sun. A brilliant idea flashed in his mind. Pebbles sink, he remembered from watching them fall into puddles. If I drop enough of them into the pitcher, the water will have nowhere to go but up. It might rise. Full of new energy, he picked up one pebble in his beak. He flew to the rim of the pitcher and plink, dropped it in. He dropped another. Plink, then another, and another. Plink, plink. He watched closely. With every single pebble, the water rose a tiny bit higher, making gentle, widening ripples on its surface. It was working. The crow worked patiently and steadily, his movements becoming a rhythm. Beak to ground, pick up a pebble. Fly to the pitcher, drop it in. Again and again he repeated his clever task, never losing focus. Slowly, the water crept up the smooth clay walls. Higher and higher it came, until at last, the cool, clear water reached the rim, sparkling in the sunlight. The clever crow bent his head and drank his fill. The water was cool and refreshing, the best drink he had ever had. He was so happy and calm. With his thirst quenched, he fluttered to a nearby branch to rest in the cool shade. He watched as the afternoon sun began to soften, painting the fields in shades of gold and orange. Smart thinking saves the day. He cawed softly to the gentle breeze. He had been thirsty, and he had found a way. And so, the story of the clever crow teaches us a very important lesson. When you really need something, your mind will find a clever way to get it. So remember, necessity is the mother of invention.